So this is day 3 of this particular piece, and it's more or less there. And what I need to do now is to stand back and assess what I need to do to finish it. So there'll be a lot of, shall I do this? Shall I do that? Do I need to do this? I shouldn't have done that, that sort of thing. So at the moment, the thing that's really bothering me most is the pot. I don't think it's shiny enough. I think I need to do something about that to make it a bit more glossy. Sorry about my head stuck in the middle of the circus there. So, not happy with that. Right, let's go for broke. We'll try it this way. And I'll get the shine by contrast. So I'm deepening the shadow here. It's a little bit. And again, around here, this needs to be much darker. Now, because I'm actually mixing what I've got on my hand, which is quite dark, with the color that's underneath, which is a bit more reddy brown, I'm getting a sort of mid-tone coming here. There's a bit of light catching down here too, isn't there? Well, that might be a bit bright for that far out on the picture. It's something that I would need to. But the more I do it, the less it's white, because the paint underneath is taking the edge off the white, so that it isn't quite as white, in fact, as it should be. Hey. Right. Oops. I don't like that bit. Different shapes there. Right, now I need something a little bit lighter here. You remember when I started, I said don't use too much to begin with because you're going to go back in and work on it. And if your paper is full, if you've filled the tooth of the paper, it just won't accept what it is you're trying to do. And the other thing you have to do is to try to trust your vision. Because you can't possibly be that color. And you try it, just give it a whirl, see if it actually does what you want it to do. It's one of the things about pastels is you can't actually see what I'm doing till I've done it. Because the hand gets in the way. That is quite a sharp edge. That is dark up there. That is dark up there. So you can get subtlety with soft pastels anyway. It's a little less easy when you're working with the oil pastels to get this kind of subtlety. Now, bear in mind, you lot can see what I'm doing from a distance. So if you want to chip in and say, well, actually, that's not quite right, please feel free to do so. At this stage, I'll welcome all the help I can get. How do I feel about that? What over here? That light, yes, it should, shouldn't it? Right, what do I take it? I'll take it up with that one. And then it comes out here more. Yeah, there we are. That's better, isn't it? That is actually comes down a little bit. Trouble is, you tend to grow it again, Play for hours, couldn't you? That is dark. That is too broad now. That should come up a bit. If I go back into that. The shape of the bowl. It's a bit more sparkly, isn't it? Right, how much time have we got, Rachel? Right, well, work needs to be done around here. A decision needs to be made. This I've done in a more creamy color, which I quite like. And I don't want to make this side too dramatic. I do have to put a bit of dark in on the floor here, because underneath the table it is. They aren't sitting on the floor, they're just floating in the air. And I don't know what color to use. Might be a bit dark. Right, so if we start around here, I did put the lines in, but I've taken them out because I didn't like them. So I'm just looking at the light and shade. That the table is putting on the floor. It just helps to ground things a little bit. Wait a minute, done that wrong. I think we can make this out here much darker. I'm not looking at the picture so much now as trying to make sense of what I'm trying to do with the picture. Now that is too sudden. So I don't like all this white here either. Not quite sure what I'm going to do there. I do that. Doesn't matter dreadfully if I go over the legs, because I can always put them back. That's the beauty of pastel. You can. All I'm trying to do is soften the shadow edges so that that's, because it isn't a sudden shadow, it's just a mild shadow cast. Because the light is actually overhead. There's a skylight of some kind. And That probably would be actually not even in the picture if I frame it. If I frame it. It costs money to frame a picture. Right. Okay. And we can take this in as well. I think that helps to make the floor lie down because it's a little bit darker and it's lighter at the front. Problem about going lighter at the front is I don't want to go bright light at the front because it'll pull the eye like this does. Oh, I better do something about that, hadn't I? Is that the right one? I'll try that one. No, that's too yellow. That might be better. Right, okay. Action stations, take it off. I just don't like this. It's just for those of you who weren't here last time, what I'm doing is taking the pastel out of the tooth of the paper so that the paper will accept more pastel. What I hope is going to be the right color. The other thing a brush can do is straighten the lines. It's brilliant. If you've got your legs too wobbly, the brush will actually straighten them for you. That's just about taking it out. Right. Now I found something, didn't I? That one was the... No, I didn't. It wasn't that one. Was it that one? What's that? Oh, that looks reasonable. What's going on there? I've lost a bit of shape here. It's definitely right. Right. Better than the white. Don't know what's going on over there. I think I'll just put a bit of dark in there. It's just kind of sort itself out a bit. That probably won't be in it. Oh, then. I think that's better. It's a little less. Maybe I ought to put the legs in a bit more strongly again in places where they've. No, not dark enough. Sorry, I'm not talking like I should be. It's because I'm concentrating like I ought to. Right. I'm reasonably happy with the greenery. I don't think I need to do anything more to that. I'm not sure that the trunks are as accurate. Accurate? Not looking for accuracy, am I? I've got so many colors here. I don't know what I'm doing with them. Right, now these are darker. Where they go under the bush. In fact, be even darker than that. No, that's the wrong color. That's not the one I want. Is that the one I've just used? If you, the color that I put on there was too warm. These are more of a catching the light down here. Just catching a little bit of light. Those aren't catching any. Now then. No. It's a bit like using a flint tool, you know, finding the edge. That'll do the cut for you. If you look very carefully, you can very often find just an edge that'll give you a nice straight line. Then you have to match it to what it is you're trying to do. That's a bit more believable. Now, what I have done in doing that is to put a ghost here. That's what happens because it's on my finger, you see, and I'm using my finger to steady my hand, so I end up with a little ghost. It doesn't add to the picture at all. Right. Do I want to do anything else? No, I don't think I want to do anything else. Anybody thinks I ought to do anything else? Right, okay, we'll sign it then, shall we? Now, I put the signature where I feel it will balance the picture. I think there's a space here. Sometimes I do it that side and sometimes I do it this side, but not. Some people always sign in one place. I like to look at the picture and say, where does it need to go? And which color am I going to do it in? think I'll choose this one. Voilà. C'est fini.